5. We will pick up from verse 25 through to 34. Give me the New King James Version. Can you rise on your feet whilst I read the word? Now a certain woman had a flow of blood for 12 solid years and had suffered many things from many physicians. She spent all that she had and was no better, but rather grew worse. And when she heard about Jesus, she came behind him in the crowd and touched his garment. For she said, if only I may touch his clothes, I shall be made well. Immediately the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of the affliction. And Jesus immediately, knowing in himself that power had gone out of him, turned around in the crowd and said, who touched my clothes? But his disciples said to him, you see the multitude throwing you, and you say, who touched me? And he looked around to see her who had done this. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell down before him and told him the whole truth. And he said to her, daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your affliction. May the Lord add his blessing to the reading of his word.
Amen.
Please be seated. This is a popular story that we know. We call the woman with the issue of blood. And this is a woman who had a problem and challenges and finally got connected to Jesus. But if you look at the story we have read, there are a few things I want you to appreciate and understand about the situation. We all face challenges in life. The first thing I want you to understand, we all face challenges in life. There were 4 major challenges this woman faced. Number 1, social challenges. Number 2, health challenges. 3, economic challenges. 4, relationship challenges. What were the social challenges? We are told that she had been bleeding and bleeding and bleeding, and women can understand this well. Bleeding. I mean, it's different when you have your menses as a woman. 3 to 5 days, maximum 7 days, you are through. But to bleed for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 12 years. And so even when you read the story, the writers of the story in Matthew, Mark, and Luke, all of them did not tell us the woman's name. All these great writers did not go to ask her, what is your name? But in the write-up, read it again, they said, a woman with the issue of blood. They called her by her disease. They called her by her rejected name. Oba Jantreni, a useless woman. So, maybe they are calling you by your problem. Because this is your problem, they have labeled you by that name. Or whatever label they have given to you because of your problem, that is not the final destination. They didn't know her name. All that they knew was that the woman with the blood flow. Can you imagine anytime you came around, who is this woman? Oh, the woman who has been bleeding for the past 12 years. Oh, the woman who has been divorced by the husband. The divorcee man. The divorced man. Or the man who has been sacked. So you are always described by your problem. Society is good to describe us by our problems. Anytime you are passing by, don't you know him? Oh, the man who was sacked for stealing. So you don't have a name again. Oh, the woman who was who was thrown away because they said she's a woman on the street. Hear me carefully. No matter the label they place upon you, that is not the final destination. That was her social problem. She was also having an health issues, bleeding for 12 years. You can imagine if you have to, even for your 5 days, the cost of pad alone for your 1 month. And the cost of treatment. The Bible said from one doctor to another, to another, to another, and she was not getting better. So it was a serious medical condition. We are told this could even lead to either it was a cancerous situation, or it can affect her kidney and she will be anemic. It cost her fortune and her business if she was having one. She sold everything and yet was not getting better. I can assure you, at a point, the husband probably said, hey, I'm tired. And so possibly the husband drove her away. Or the husband left her. Because how do you handle a woman bleeding 12 years? No activity, no sexual relations, nothing. So the man probably was tired. Her business was grounded to ground zero. Family members rejected her possibly. So it was a tough situation. People face challenges in life. And we can all identify the challenges we face one way or the other. But the fact that you face challenges does not mean that is the end of the road. You are not alone in this game. You are not alone facing economic challenges. You are not alone facing health challenges. You are not alone facing relationship challenges. You are not alone, society labeling you and calling you all kinds of names. But don't stop there. Are you hearing me? Don't stop there. Listen to me carefully. You are not the only person facing troubles. Say with me, I am not the only person going through challenges. I am not the only person going through challenges. But the interesting thing is this: your attitude to the challenges will determine the outcome.